Hi green lovers! I recently treated myself to a GreenStalk planter, a 7-tier leaf planter, and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to do a little show and tell on how I got it set up and how it progressed over the course of the last little over a month or so. The transformation was enormous. Now I want you to know that this video is not sponsored by GreenStalk. They have no idea that I'm making this video. It is something that I just wanted to do because I absolutely love it and I want to show you how it has progressed. I also thought it would be really helpful for people who have small backyards to see how they can grow an enormous amount of food in spite of having very, very little space. So let's take a look. Now I've organized this video into chapters because I'm starting with the unboxing and the setup, and some of you just might not be interested in that, so feel free to skip to whatever chapter you want to. And oh yeah, stay tuned till the end because I'm going to show you a contrast between the same plants that I grew in the GreenStalk planter versus in my raised bed. It's not very heavy, even though it says heavy. It's actually not heavy at all. It's a pretty simple, minimal packaging. So this is really sturdy plastic, which is something that I absolutely love about it. It actually comes with a 5-year warranty, and that's speaking a lot for a plastic item that is going to stay out in the sun day in and day out through the elements and through all kinds of weather. For it to come with a 5-year warranty really speaks to the durability of it. Looks like I've got some stickers and things like that, so I'm going to explore what's in this. So this is what it has come with. This is the instruction booklet, and I did not get the spinning base. Now I kind of went a little cheap because I did not want to splurge between $40 and $60 on the base. So I'm going to try and use an existing kind of a caddy thing that I've got to wheel this thing around so I can save myself some money. This is the 7-tier leaf planter. Quite a bit of depth in here. It's about 7 inches tall, and each of them has 6 sort of petals, which means that each of them will be able to hold 6 plants. And this is the reservoir that goes on the top, and this is where you would water from, and it drips through these, and these little gray saucers sit in between each of the levels, and you want to line up the little dot through which water is going to drip to each petal, and then you stack them one on top of the other. And the idea is that the water will flow through this onto this and then start to drip into these trays, and will fill up each of the saucers one by one, and then it drips and waters evenly. So the main advantage of the GreenStalk planter, other than the fact that it's made of super durable material, is the fact that it waters evenly from top to bottom, which is the innovative design of this GreenStalk planter that no other vertical planter seems to have. It's a pretty simple design. So this is what I'm going to be using under my GreenStalk planter. This is called a mover's dolly. A small carpeted mover's dolly, and I like the carpeted thing because it gives it a little bit more traction. And it cost me $11.69 plus taxes, so roughly $12 versus spending $40 to $50 on the spinner that comes with this. I figured I'd save myself a few bucks. This is not a cheap planter, but it is so durable. And it is a family-owned business made in the USA, and I love family-owned businesses, so I wanted to splurge a little bit and get myself this. Plus, I have not seen a single bad review on this wonderful planter. So, as you can see, I have lined up 2 petals on either side on top of this carpeted area, and it is really solid and it moves around quite nicely. So I think it will do the job for me. Now you want a really nice, well-draining potting soil put inside this GreenStalk planter. I like to use a mixture of about 50% cocoa coir and about 25% homemade compost. I like to add vermicompost to that as well. Look at that worm. And I also like to add a good mix of perlite and vermiculite to really lighten up the mix and also help to hold on to moisture. Okay, so I've gone ahead and filled up the first one. They say to fill it up to the very top, but the thing is that this doesn't sit so well if you fill it too much, so I might have to create a depression underneath it. But yeah, that's it. It's filled up, and I'm going to stack the others, and then we will plant. Okay, so I've set up most of my GreenStalk planter. I've got one more level on the top, which is my orange hat tomatoes that I'm still keeping indoors. But at the top row here, I have got dwarf French marigolds. Second level, I've got some strawberries. They're ever-bearing variety, and I've got some chamomile here. And next row down, strawberries again. The next two levels down are my greens. I've got some lettuce seedlings. This is iceberg lettuce, and this one over here is Merlot lettuce. They're looking a little wimpy right now because I just planted them up yesterday, so they should hopefully recover in a few days. I planted about 2 or 3 seedlings in each pocket, and I will eventually thin it down to the strongest one. And the last row, I have got some parsley, some cilantro. This here is cardinal basil. I am really excited about this variety. It's a very pretty ornamental basil. And I've got some purple basil. You can hardly see them. I always struggle with growing purple basil. They are kind of weak compared to my green basil. So, and I've got some sage here. This is broadleaf sage, also grown from seed. I've got some dwarf Greek basil that seems to be happy in its new spot. And I've actually got some strawberries starting to ripen. These strawberries I can't take credit for. They were already on the plant when I got the plant, but they were not ripe, and now they're ripening. Okay folks, today is April the 9th, and a look at the beautiful GreenStalk planter. I have to do this video today because it is time for me to harvest all of that beautiful lettuce. And I wanted to show you how it has evolved in just a little over a month actually. So let's get a closer look at that lettuce. This is Merlot lettuce. Just a beautiful color. I just can't get over how gorgeous that red is. And this is iceberg lettuce. And right above it, the strawberries. They are starting to produce strawberries. So hopefully I'm going to get lots of strawberries pretty soon. The intent of getting this planter is to eventually have strawberries up and down, but I am trying all kinds of other things in it. Moving down here, this is my cilantro. It's getting a little warm for cilantro. I need to start harvesting this quickly because it is going to start bolting. And the parsley is just going absolutely nuts. Swinging around the corner here, my cardinal basil died and I had to replace it a few days ago with blue spice basil. So let's go up here. This is the marigolds. I just can't wait for them to start blooming. In fact, look here, I am starting to get blooms. And I have planted up my top tier as well, at least half of it. These are micro tomatoes. These are called orange hat tomatoes, and they grow no more than about 6 inches to 8 inches tall. So I've got 3 of these here, and I am saving a few pockets because I am contemplating putting some short peppers in these pockets, and let's see how they do. So that's the GreenStalk planter, folks. I'm going to show you a quick look at the Merlot lettuce and iceberg lettuce from the same batch that I planted in a different part of my garden, just so you can see the contrast of how much faster it has grown in the GreenStalk compared to the in-ground planting that I did. So let's take a look at that. So here's my in-ground lettuce. As you can see, it's less than half the size of the GreenStalk planter. This is the Merlot lettuce. And this is the iceberg lettuce, and you can see different rates of growth. Some of them are really teeny, like that one, and then some are a little bit bigger. So yeah, a lot of variability when you plant in ground, a lot of factors that affect it, a lot more susceptibility to pests and the like. So I just wanted to show you this, folks, because for those of you with small gardening spaces, don't feel bad, grow vertically. It is as good, in fact, as in this case, even better than planting in ground. Until next time, live green and love your green.